Family. I am the host. I'm back with another video. Wednesday hump day, you guys. Hey, sad but true. I just found out something that was, kind of upsetting, man, because, you know, I, I just don't get it. I don't get it. We live in a crazy world today, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so very hard for a lot of people out here, bro. And it seems like, you know, um, whenever there's some, whenever good shows up, just got bad. You know, the ugliness of the what's going on out here, man. Sometimes I just can't really wrap my head around stuff. You know what I'm saying? When I try to turn on the TV and you hear about, you know, one thing or another. It's one thing or another. So, and a lot of people are really, I was watching, the thing. You YouTube or your television or anything, and pretty much, and none surprises me anymore. Really, you know what I'm saying, like, you get, you get so many different feeds. What's happening in the world, like that world news type of thing, man. Is you know, there's happening on the other side of the world. That happening on the other side of the world. Things happening right in your backyard. Stuff going on within everybody's family. Um, we want to have reasons to celebrate. Like, you know what I'm saying? We love the confetti, bro. You know what I'm saying? If you like confetti and celebrating, hit the like button, bro. If you want doom and gloom, like, ah, it's out here, man. It's out here. Like, you going to hear about it. It's going to show its face to you. So all you guys, I'm sure y'all know that dude. He's a YouTuber. His name is Damon Darling. He's very very generous brother that goes to Walmart, and he's pretty wealthy, so he's always helping out people. I just saw that he's been banned for life from Walmart, Sam's Club, a couple other places. Like, why would corporate do something like that? Like, but I mean, they probably don't want you, they'd rather you come up in there and have to put things back that you can't afford than somebody come over to you and be like, oh, I'll help you pay for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. That's just real ugly, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, that man is doing nothing but trying to help people. And you got so many messed up people at the top, trying to stop that. They're not going to give nothing to them. So, that's crazy. Then I saw another thing on television. I mean, I'm sorry, on the YouTube. This people being kicked off at a Section 8. Now, you can get kicked off of Section 8 for a lot of foolishness. Let's be honest. It's a good amount of people that are on Section 8 that, they need it. And then you got a good group of them people that's on there that they can otherwise, kind of like work and you know, get out there and be there, be not self-sufficient or be independent without being on government assistance. And there's a lot of people that have different views about that, right? People have so many different views about Section 8. You know what I'm saying? Taxpayers feel like, oh, you shouldn't be helping these people. They should help themselves. It's a real sticky subject, but it's sad. I saw what really got me was they were putting a family out on the street in the pouring rain. I was like, would you look at this, man? This is like, again, you got people that can't afford groceries. So when somebody's trying to help, you pay for something because I've done it. I've done it. I've, you know, I've been in front of somebody and just said, hey, I'm gonna leave 100 or leave, whatever. Put that on their bill and don't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? And just leave. Now, hopefully, they did that with the money, but they got cameras all over, so I ain't sliding nobody no money. But I've done that at Dunkin' Donuts. I've done that at a lot of different places where I just be like, hey, I'm gonna pay for the next order in line. You go through the drive-through, and then when I pull up to the window, I would just pay for that. You know what I'm saying? The person behind me. So when they pull up, I don't know already pulled off, and their order's paid for. But imagine somebody that's trying to do something, spread a little love like that. You know what I'm saying? And paying it forward to be banned from being able to do that. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. And I'm like, man, what is this world coming to, bro? it was something else too that I saw that it just made me lose my appetite. It made me lose my appetite because I was like, man, I didn't know people. Well, there's some cold-hearted people out here. There's really cold-hearted people, but you know, that doesn't mean that we got to stop giving. You know, hit the like button if you're a giver. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm not going to ask you for no money. I'm not going to ask you. Well, you want to get something? Give it away. You know, just in all honesty, you know what I'm saying? People are struggling, man, and it's tough. It's very tough. I really wish that the world could come together. You know, I really wish that we would have, you know, more of a unified experience, as a nation. I really wish that people cared about their neighbor and loved one another like, you know, once upon a time. And I probably wasn't around when that happened because, you know, I do know that there's been some really good people um, that I've been fortunate to meet over the course of my life. But everybody ain't always having those experiences out here. Some people are just left to fend for themselves, you know. And when somebody does kind of try to people that might be in a situation, my daughter was telling me a story about a young lady that was her dog walker, and wait, no, wait, was this the girl that was the dog? No, this was the babysitter for my niece. So my daughter's cousin, which is a sibling, the little baby niece, the babysitter was she was on some hard times, and my daughter helps also babysit the little her little cousin, who's my little niece. And she was telling me about the other little girl that babysits because sometimes they're helping out the moms. My niece, whose daughter it is. Anyway, and then she was just kind of telling me about what that other little girl does, and that she don't make a lot of money for helping babysit, but you know she's got to do what she got to do. She does hair, she does babysitting. It's the kind of stuff that people do. That's kind of hustling. They're hustling. This is what they do. She probably don't have a job, like a 9 to 5, regular, a regular job. Or some people say get a real job. But she's doing the work that she's doing is appreciated. So if you don't appreciate that, like you're almost like corporate, like oh no, don't pay them. You know what I'm saying? Like, because that attitude, this girl probably doing what she can to get some money together. So my daughter says she winded up, helping this young girl because the girl called my daughter out of nowhere, and she was homeless, and she had left. They live in Connecticut. She left there and went to North or South Carolina with her, with a gentleman that she knew. Um, and then they got into it down there, and I guess she had, did some hair or did whatever. I don't know what she did to get the money to get the bus ticket to go down there because she wanted to leave. She wanted to get away from, where she was at. She was going through so much up there. So I guess her and the boy was talking, and she, well, come down here and we'll try to make it together. That's a story that a lot of people have. They're struggling, they still stay in contact with somebody, and it's tough out here for singles, single people. If you're single, and then maybe you might be dealing with. I got a friend of mine. He was dealing with some girl, and she was living in a shelter. He was living over here, and then they were like, "Come on, let's try to get back together, and maybe we can work together, and we could build something, because it's tough by yourself out here for a lot of people. It's very tough, you know, and people can relate to that, but they don't want to, they're not going to put it. I'm not by myself, but I understand, you know, that people that are by themselves, believe me, usually those are the people who, what I'm saying, really a lot of them, unless they have these awesome careers and they don't have kids and not much strapped to their back. Those are the people that really have the most trials that they're going through right now, especially with things being kind of tough like it is. So this young girl had called my daughter, and my daughter was like, "Why did she call me out of all people?" She probably didn't have nobody else, and she probably felt that my daughter was the only person that she could probably call who actually showed her some compassion and would try to give her good advice because she's homeless, and the girl, when you're sleeping on couch to couch to couch to couch, people just looking down at you, not trying to help lift you up, really not trying to, might be trying to take advantage of you and stuff like that. And this young girl has, from what I heard, she's been through just about all of that. You know what I'm saying? Well, my daughter says, she was like, we know we'll try to help you out, and I think she said this was on her way back or on her way when she was leaving to go to Columbia. So she said she sent the girl because the girl was in North and South Carolina, got into a big argument with this boy, and just wanted to get back home. There is really no home because she's on the streets, but she wanted to come back up to Connecticut. So my daughter said she sent her the money, and of course, she babysits for my niece over at my daughter's house a lot of times because that's usually where she drops the baby off. My niece will drop the daughter off with my daughter. Drop the baby off with my daughter. And then, sometimes the other girl, she'll come by and she'll sit and watch the baby over at my daughter's while my daughter's at work. So they were able, she said she helped her out, got her a bus ticket. Bus ticket brought her back to Connecticut. She said, you'll be able to stay at our place. Mind you, my daughter's leaving to go to, at this time, my daughter was on her way to Columbia. And she paid for that young girl to catch her bus back to Connecticut and allow her to stay at her place, right? Until she came back. And she was like, she told me that, you got to be in the house by this time, do this and that, boom, boom, boom. And when I get back, we'll sort it all out, trying to help her. This, how you doing, Lala? Thank you for joining me. I appreciate you for hitting that like button, man. Winning Wednesday. Yeah, watch out for the bot. I don't know. He needs some straightening. But you know. And what I really want to say is, uh, yeah, I'm not about something. We need more people in the world that have compassion towards people who are struggling, and anything that you can offer to help, you know. Believe me, man. If I honestly feel, after my daughter told me this story, she made it back from Colombia days before that earthquake. Bobby's. Yeah. My my daughter made it back from Colombia days before that earthquake. I believe God spared her life because on her way to Colombia, she did a random act of kindness and sent money to somebody that was homeless. While she could have been like, I can't afford to send you no money. I'm going on vacation. I need my money. She took and sent that girl a bus money to get a bus ticket. And then she extended for her to be able to stay at her place until they got back so that they could sort it out. And that's what I'm saying by paying it forward. You know what I'm saying? Like, she didn't have to do that for this young girl. You know? But she did, and I'm proud of her for that. And that's just like the dude, um, um, Darren, Damon Darling. He's paying it forward, and they trying to shut the man down because he show up and will buy your groceries for you, or help you pay for your groceries. This world is something else, man. But you know what? He's going to continue to be blessed and highly favored because he is one of the. He is, yes, he's covered. He is covered by the Almighty because, you know, when you have a pure heart and a good heart, a giving heart, a loving heart, a compassion, and you show compassion to people, to everybody. Don't got to be that people are less fortunate, but if you just, you know, in your spirit, if you are just a good all around person, there's going to be doors that's going to open up for you, and can't nobody close them. Now, Walmart might have just tried to shut that man down, but guess what? They ain't stopping nothing. They ain't not stopping nothing. You know, he gonna probably take it to you next. Probably, I'm pretty sure that he gonna be, you know, a blessed and with much more of an abundance. He might go in there and buy out Walmart or something. You never know. You know. And like I said, like with my daughter, man, I'm so grateful. So she's getting ready to start back school. I was talking to her earlier today. She was telling me, "Hey, my books are gonna cost this much," you know, because now she's doing the master's program. She just got her bachelor's, so school's getting ready to start. So she's getting ready. So she's, you know, she's like, you know, next week school is starting. But we were talking, and I'm saying to myself in the back of my mind, you know what, baby, don't you even worry about the cost of those books. Don't even worry about it. I mean, you know, because you've given, it's going to be given back to you. You see what I'm saying? But that's what a lot of time people are, you know, with you know, when your heart is in the right place and you kind of doing your, you know, doing your due diligence, and you know, saying you're going about life, you know, uh, living, um, being a caring person, being somebody that's, you know, that's just striving. Continue to do that because there's going to be those ugly days, but you can't let that discourage you. And I seen that thing, man. Like I said, it kind of broke my heart. It did break my heart when I sat and I watched the other. Just I said, look at all this chaos on here. It just evicted people losing their Section 8 behind. I don't know what it was, but they were putting them out in the rain. You know, and I felt so bad because I was like, she's got kids, all her stuff is out there, everything. I said, this is not right. This is not right. You know what I'm saying? And I wish there was something I could do. You know what I'm saying? But there's always something that we can do. We can say a prayer for them. You know what I'm saying? So I encourage you guys today, man. You know, just to, it's Wednesday, man. People got to get over the hump. Hump. They say it's hump day. Some people, you know, they ain't get up this morning with the with the with the determination to go after anything in life because they've been beat down so much. You know what I'm saying? But we gotta encourage one another to keep going. That's like Lala with the, you know, with the bouncing thing or the eating right and exercising. She's like a life coach type, like y'all check out her channel, man, to get more familiar with everything that she's doing to help encourage, people because your health is your wealth. You know, you want to have a clean mind, a clean heart. Your vessel got to be cleansed. Um, and every day, man, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, man, I be taking note on everything. I'm taking note on everything, all the blessings, all of them, And like I said, you'll see. Oh, here comes the machine. Finally, we're all sitting here. You guys, the machine's coming. Finally, they're bringing in the equipment. We're sitting here. Everybody's sitting here loaded. We all sitting here loaded, but you know, it was at the other job site. We finished that yesterday, and I'm moving around over here. But I'm saying, man, as far as the day, man, it's like we gotta, that you're gonna be faced with adversity. We got to get over, you know, someone's got to get over our own uh, little funk we can get into. We can get into that, you know. But it's just, when I get up in the morning, man, I try to just stay focused. Thank God I got a checklist of things I got to do before I start my day. Sometimes I'm speeding, trying to rush through it. That can automatically kind of like get me in a mood where, and I got to get over that. I got to put that behind me and keep pushing forward. You know what I'm saying? King Retro in the building. How you doing, brother? Appreciate you for joining me. I'm glad you could be here. You know what I'm saying? Peace and blessings to you. You know, um, just trying to motivate and encourage brothers, everybody, man. You know, uh, we still here, so we got to make it count, man, every day, because it's very, very, very. As much as it may seem that so much negativity and stuff is going on, we always there's always a silver lining in the sky, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's always darkest before the light. You know what I mean? We gotta keep a positive attitude. It just gets me when I see other people really, really getting it handed to them. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to see that because I'm a giver. I like to try to help people. You know what I'm saying? And when you see like minds attract, you know. So for those people that have that same thought and that same way of thinking, eventually you're gonna gravitate. You'll find yourself in the presence of somebody else that it may just take some kind of, I would say, socializing. Some people their social skills are not really there, but they have a good heart. So you want to be able to be social, but at the same time you don't have to. That's why too, say like if you were Secret Santa, like it's such a Secret Santa play this. I like to do things and not get the recognition. I don't need the spotlight because I'm looking out for somebody. It's just here, do this, and don't tell them I did it, sort of thing. And not because I don't want to be social, because I don't need the recognition. I want God to get the glory. I want those people to have, a heart that is showing some gratitude. Like, because when it comes from out of nowhere, it's more appreciated a lot of times. Usually when people ask for something and then ask not, a closed mouth don't get fed. So, when you ask, you shall receive. And a lot of times when people, they can get to be very disappointed because they'll ask and get turned down, and then they won't ask anymore. Or they'll be like, I'm not gonna ask, man. Never mind, I'm not gonna just. just tuck my tail or tuck my head, and just not tuck the tail. Anybody ain't no tail, but tuck the head and just walk away with the head down. You know. So, but when somebody just out of nowhere come out, when a blessing just happens for someone, that's a feeling like no other, because it's like, wait a minute, maybe it was prayed upon. Maybe these are answered prayers, right? And some people probably, I'm not some, but people are praying and feeling like their prayers are not being answered. So then when when it happens, you know, somebody like, this guy, Damon Darling, comes along and, you know, let me help out me, ma, or let me help, let me pay for those groceries for you and stuff like that, man. Man, people's hearts are just so overwhelmed with joy. That's to me so much better. I mean, it's just as well. It's very rewarding, but it's just as good as if you ask and someone says yes, because no one wants to hear no when times are hard and they're asking for it. You know what I'm saying? So, today I just want to encourage y'all, man, do your best to try to be of some help to somebody, to put a smile on somebody's face. I don't care what it is. If you're in a position to give a small amount, just give. Give it and know that it's going to come back to you. You know what I'm saying? It's going to come back to you. I can attest to that. I'm telling you. I pray and thank God after I heard about what happened over in Colombia. My daughter just left. She could have been in that earthquake. She could have been over there. But because this young lady pays it forward, because she lives her life in that manner, because she doesn't see a problem in trying to help somebody that's less fortunate, I believe God spared her. I believe he spared her. And she was able to come back and show up at her daughter's gender reveal because, we have an addition to the family now. You know what I'm saying? To my little village. And, I'm sure the enemy wants to stop and take that away. However, God says, no, I'm going to bless this family. I'm going to bless that baby. I'm blessing that girl, that his daughter, you know what I'm saying, extending her lifeline, extending Pops, extend mine too. You know what I'm saying? And the mother. I pray for my wife. She's in the hospital right now. I just got the phone. I had to call the emergency room because her cell phone is dead. And I was really worried. So I put a group chat to my daughters and my kids. I said, look, if you can't reach your mother, call the ER. They're going to keep her overnight. She stayed yesterday to today. But, we all go through it, man. We all go through it, man. We all go through it, man. She's been in and out of the hospital because she got kidney stones. She's about to have surgery soon. It's been very painful for her. Hey. But, we looking on the bright side of things. You know what I'm saying? We looking on the bright side of things because we know that, God's still in the business of healing. He's still in the business of blessing people financially, you know, uh, physically, you name it. So we still trust in, you know, the uh, the fact that she's gonna make a full recovery with that. She'll be all right. She's gonna be all right. She's a strong woman, man. So yeah, that's it, man. Today we about to get back to it. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here. We out here. If y'all not subscribed, subscribe to the channel. Um, and then on YouTube, there they go, making it much harder. I don't know what's up with these people at the top, man. You know what? I guess they know they got a long way to fall. You know what I'm saying? They got a long way to walk. When it all comes crumbling down, look at it. Let's just look at it for a second. The markets are looking crazy. Crazy. I look at all this stuff. Because that's why I'm so thankful every day. I watch and look at everything. Now I think my mind switched to the markets. Yeah, it's going in the toilet. Buying opportunity. Right? They're basically giving it away right now. But if your mind ain't there, you're not seeing that blessing in the skies. So, yeah. that part. But for the most part, it's doom and gloom. Like my man Elevated Chills was saying, um, that yeah, the market likes to put doom and gloom out there, right? YouTube just did it. Doom and gloom. Everybody gloomed. Oh no, we ain't gonna get monetized. Desi Red, appreciate you for joining me. Grand Rising to you, man. It's this afternoon, so I appreciate you, sir. Salute to you. So it's doom and gloom, man. They're trying to make it so that now to get the monetization, it's doom and gloom. We're not gonna get it. 8,000, come on. You know what? You know what I say to that, man? That for me, and I said it yesterday. I do more shorts than long form, so my benchmark was what they say. You have 5 or 10 million views to get monetized with shorts. So I already had the big number in the back of my mind anyway. So going from 4,000 to 8, I'm like, and so I just be looking at things differently. Okay, that means get on your game, right? But doom and gloom, man. You know, they're cutting everything. They're trying to pull people's housing. They're doing all. It's all doom and gloom. It's all it is because what's on the horizon, we'll all have a testimony. But we got to get through this period, and you can't hold your head down. You got to stand up and what I'm saying. Just look at it. See through it. See past it. Get over it. We're gonna get over it. It's like hump day. We're gonna get over that hump. You know what I'm saying? It's going to take a little bit more of us, but see, a lot of us, that's what we need. We need something that's going to, motivate us a little more. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be like, okay, I'm going to go hard. If I got to go hard, then because you got to really want it. You got to really want it. And you got to know what it's going to take. Okay, so it's going to take a little bit more of me doing a little bit more of this. Because you got to hold on to it once you get it too. Right? It's like in the markets, like, yeah, double down. Why? Because it's cheap. When it bounce back, you're going to be up, all the way up. Yep. And see, they're losing right now. That's why they're making it hard for us, right? They ain't getting. There used to be fat on the bone for them, right? Ain't nobody got no money to give you to. You see, ain't nobody got the money like that. Ain't no fat for y'all. All y'all at the top. Now you struggle to keep what you got, right? You probably got all kind of problems going on with your insurance claims and you know what I'm saying. Your what they call the losses, the loss prevention or loss. When you take losses, there's a whole claim thing about that too, right? Is the insurance company paying you? They looking for a way out, and you trying to write off so much as a loss. It's not happening, right? So they're suffering at the top, which creates an opportunity for us, who are not at the top. I'm not gonna say we're at the bottom because I'm not putting none of us down here. You know what I'm saying? We on our way up, all of us. We just gotta do it together. You know what I'm saying? And if we work together, right? If we motivate each other and encourage each other, and we start, we gotta talk right with one another. We gotta talk. We gotta be our social skills. Gotta get back. Say what's on your mind. You know what I mean? Once we start giving, giving back, speaking life, right? When you start speaking life, you're giving back. You see what I'm saying? Once we start doing that, oh man, we shaking the foundation of them guys. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we gotta do. That's how we gotta look at it, man. It's always the flip side of the coin. Don't let them tell you it's only, this is smoke and mirrors. Nah, we're not going for it. Right? They know it. They cannot compete against, and there is no competition, basically. Know that you're blessed. Walk in your authority. You know what I'm saying? Keep a positive attitude. Spread love. That's all we need. You know what I'm saying? We need more love out here. We need more love. They're trying to shut people down and spreading love, bro. You don't see that? Look, that's all I got for you, man. Because if we were to take it back to having to barter, right? A lot of stuff will be out of love that would be, I'm out, well, I'll give you this for that. You know what I'm saying? It might be something that's dear to me. See, it's of value. And if we can barter with those things of value, that means it's dear to you. So you should take it and feel like, you know what I'm saying? I gave you something that was dear to me. So in exchange, and just let it be from a place of love. You know what I mean? That wipes out the dollar. Now we chase it. I don't chase money. I ain't been the type to chase no money. I put in my work that I have to put in to get mine. But I don't chase money. Money usually comes to me. You're attracted that way when you're not chasing. You know what I'm saying? So don't even chase the monetization, man. Just do what you're passionate about from a place of love, and watch don't it come to you. That's my understanding of it. That's my divine understanding of it. I don't know. Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. You tell me. Somebody else might have a different opinion. I respect that. But again, okay, look, they dropping off the machines. We about to get to work, y'all. About to get to work. You drop the machine off. See the rigger? Oh, yeah, there you go. Here's pulled off. Can't see him. You can barely see him. We were sitting out here, man. All them guys, they ready to get to work, man. Look, we all sitting here. All these trucks. Got trucks all around here. We got the mirror all running down the whole road. We just sitting here waiting. I'm glad we got good weather. I'm glad we got some good weather, man, because last month was pretty bad. Last month was pretty bad. I was about to hang it up. Got me some Jersey Mike's. I got some coffee. I don't want no coffee. I need some Jersey Mike's this morning. How's the weather down there with you, Desi? What's going on with you? How's the day going? I appreciate you guys for hitting that like button too. It's raining over there, La. I got some water. This is sweet tea. This is sweet tea. I got 2 bottles of water. That's decaf coffee I usually drink, but I just didn't have a taste for no coffee. So I'm kind of getting burnt out on the coffee. Maybe I'm gonna start doing more water. Just water. Spring water. As long as it's wet. So I don't know what this the upcoming what's this is today's the August the this month is moving along too. That was Tommy Fat Check, the truck driver, man. Tommy Fat Check, my boy, man. Look, they're taking the machine off the truck. And this is the riggers. They do that. We out in the country with it, man. So many miles of country road that need to be repaved. So I had a crazy dream last night, guys. Let me tell you about my dream. Yeah, it's going. This month, man, it's moving right along, Desi. It's moving right along. I had to tell you about my dream last night, man. So I had a dream I was at work, right? Where was I at? I was getting I was getting loaded, but I went to do a 3-point turn, and it's never really recommended. They usually want you to go all the way down the road, find somewhere to turn around and come back. So I was doing a 3-point turn somewhere, and it didn't go well. the whole truck. I don't know how you could do that, but the whole truck was like this, right? And I was like, I was crying in my sleep. I was crying in my sleep. No, I I have a perfect record. Um, Going on 11 years driving, I've never had an accident that I caused. It hit me. I mean, smashed into me. So I was, in my dream, I was crying because I was like, I don't want this on my record. And I woke up this morning. I was so happy that it was a dream. I was so happy that it was a dream, man. I mean, it didn't take long for me. That was on my mind. You know what I'm saying? It didn't take long. Once I was up and I knew that was a dream, I was happy. I was like, ooh, still got the job. Still got a clean record. You know? Because even if I go and not even if, when I get back into doing my own thing with my own stuff, Stash Cash, hey, what's going on with you, brother? Glad you could join me, man. Thanks for pulling up to the function, to the commercial trucking function. Yeah, yeah. You heard me. You heard me, right? As I was crying in my sleep, man. You ever cried in your sleep, man? Anybody ever cried in their sleep? Oh, I remember one time, a dude told me I was in. So I did a little. I had to go away for a minute, right? And my man was like, he heard me in my sleep talking about, it wasn't me, it wasn't me, it wasn't me. And he said he would wait for me to say who it was, so he could call me a snitch when I woke up. Nigga snitching in his sleep. He said he's snitching in his sleep. He said, I didn't do it. He said, just what he said, you kept saying, I didn't do it. I didn't do it. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. He said they was all up laughing at me and stuff, right? He said, I'll wait for you to say who did it so I can call you a rat. uh, Yo, that was crazy. Monty, what's up, Monty? How you doing? Yeah. So I woke up this morning and realized that I didn't crash the truck, and I was so happy. I was like, yes. And now, I mean, as you can see, we still ain't got started, but I was running late this morning. So I was feeling like, oh man, at least I got the job, but I'm gonna lose it because I'm late. Tell you, it's two sides to the coin, man. It never fails. It never fails. It's like you can't win. You're trying to win, but something always got to pull you back. It's like the markets. You know what I'm saying? 1 minute you up, and then boom, they crash the market. And you're like, I know I should have pulled out. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Oh, not because I worked late last night, and I was gonna call you, but I'll do that tonight when I get out. It was literally, I think I got home like around 7:30. It was a long day. Yeah. Um, but yeah, appreciate y'all for hit that like button. I thank y'all for hitting that like button. I thank y'all for pulling up to the conjunction, to the function. Like my man Stash said. Dash says, I guess I'm the president over here, Stash. You know what I mean? I wanted to be the transportation secretary, but I guess I'll just take the role of president. How about that? I'll address you guys from the truck. Yeah. But we about to get it popping. Hopefully, I don't know why they need all these guys over there like that, and only one person is operating that machine. Well, actually two. Now they over there. Either they praying over that machine. I don't know what they doing over there, man. Everybody they's rolling dice to see who's going to ride on it or what. Like, they over there praying. Please don't break it down. Oh, they passing out water. They passing out something. I give them my hats off to these guys because it be like 100. It's 97 degrees right now. Sometimes it's like 100 and something degrees out here, and they are paving these roads. You know what I'm saying? Like literally, shout out to them, bro. Because, I mean, I be having the material on the back of the truck, and it's hot enough. You know what I'm saying? But you showing up in the heat with the heat. You know, and I roll my windows down because, you know, to sit here with the windows up while they out there in that heat, I feel bad for them. So I roll my windows down until I'm done. Okay, do it. Like, he's leaving. My man pulling out. I was trying to get in with these guys. Pulling the equipment. He turning that bad boy around. What the heck he doing? Yeah, you gotta have some skills to do all of that. That's that big boy equipment. Yeah. So I think we're about to get it started. So, you know, I ran over and grabbed me something to eat from Jersey Mike's because I was hungry. I'm starving. You know, like I said, my wife she's in the hospital. So, you know, I didn't have nobody made me no breakfast, no lunch, no nothing. Okay, we're starting right there. Okay, okay, we're getting started. We're getting started. So it wants to back up to the joint. They're backing up to the machine. This guy. So now I gotta go to work, you guys. Now I gotta go to work. I gotta do some work. I gotta do some work. Pulling up on the scene. Pulling up to the function stash. Pulling up. Oh no, he's backing up. How you doing, boy? I'm gonna stay right here. All right, let me get to it, y'all. He look like he's gonna back way up. Let me get to it. Y'all enjoy the rest of your day. I appreciate you guys for coming in. Be safe. I love you too, Monty. Tell everybody I said what's up. Tell the nieces, all the nieces, the great nieces, and the great great nieces. I think we're great great now, right? We got the great greats. I got great great niece. I got niece. I got a great niece. And I think I got a great great niece now, don't I? Yes, I do. Niece, great niece. Yeah, yeah, great great niece. I'm a great great. I'm a great great Theo. Oh, just a great. Okay, I'm a great Theo. They call me Theo. Tell everybody I love him, man. All right. I'll call you this evening. Look for me. I get home. See, like first thing first. When I get home, I gotta walk the dog. Unless somebody else go and walk the dog, and I don't know if anybody's gonna walk the dog. I think she's gonna be waiting, but maybe she's just overly excited every time I come in the house that I'll just take her out just in case. Because when they get excited like that, but she hold herself. She ain't gotta go. Like she ain't no puppy. She know better. But after I get home and get settled in, I'm gonna reach out to you this evening because we ain't talked in a while. And I gotta let you know what's going on. All right. But yeah, it's 96 degrees, man. I mean, it's starting to cool down a little bit, but that's still hot. I mean, it's after 12. It's like 1. It's like it's 12:55 and we just getting started. 12:55. I ain't gonna tell you what time I left the crib this morning, but you know, it's all good. So, hey, y'all have a blessed day. Let me get moving because I'm next in line after this dude right here, man. All right. Y'all have a safe one. And holler at me later, y'all. Appreciate everybody joining me. And see you soon.